Back from hiatus.
Great to be back, Jamie.
Oh man,
Great to be back.
time got away from us, Turner.
Yeah, I was telling the boys I'd love to have done lots more, but these things can be exhausting.
Oh my God, even trying to get organized with people that live across the street is a disaster. So,
Yeah,
Mathers,
having
how
some
many
familiar
times have you
faces.
won MLA?
Five.
Oh my God, that's every time I hear
That's
that number, I just want to rage punch something or someone. Oh, Mathers, what was the most memorable championship then?
I think it was my second one. The reason that one was most memorable was I had a bunch of the boys over for a house party, and when the final points were tallied, it was there were a bunch of us all together. So that one was pretty memorable.
Yeah,
more than the first time. Wow. I guess Mathers always remembers his second.
What does that even mean?
Whatever you wanted to, buddy.
the
There's,
that doesn't happen too often anymore where a bunch of guys get together and watch, I guess. So I guess that makes sense.
We've gotten old.
Oh, and life has gotten in the way. Oh my God. So, Mathers, how do you feel about this season so far?
Feel
You're
pretty
in first
good.
place.
First place feels nice. Not sure that I feel super confident necessarily. Things are still pretty wide open, I think.
We have an enormous matchup this week.
Enormous, absolutely.
why
It
is it so enormous?
Well, I'm one game back of Mathers for, I guess, what is essentially the division.
Yep.
And if uh, if Mathers wins, he's got the division. If I win, we go into the final week of the regular season tied. And
And you've
you
got
play
more.
Watson?
I play Watson, you play Theo, and you've got more points for the tiebreaker.
Yeah. So, uh, massive, massive week for us. I'm not sure what's going on in the other divisions. No one's clinched anything yet, right?
No, low's close, but
It got extremely tight over the past month.
Lowe's got a 2 game lead on Marco. So Lowe wins either of the next two, he's in.
Okay. And currently Fabio and Feimer are tied at 8 and 5 for their division.
With me just coming up from behind, ready to pounce.
6 and 7. You need both of them to lose.
I got a 4% chance according to ESPN. I like those odds. It was 1% yesterday.
Okay, okay, let's talk about how often do you follow ESPN's stats? Because Mathers was trying to trade me because my playoff chances plummeted to like 40 something percent and they're now uh 79%. So how much stock do you guys put in that ESPN stat
Go ahead, Mathers.
projection?
I put in a decent amount of stock into it. I think it's definitely kind of showing the possibilities of what might play out. Obviously, one win can completely swing the percentages, though.
So I think they're complete crap. Right now, okay, so Lowe's got a 96% chance of making it. Next is Mathers at 83. I'm at 79 and Fabio's at 77. It's funny because Feimer, who's tied with Fabio, they only have him as a 39% chance to make it. Now, I'm assuming that Feimer and Fabio still have to play each other. Oh, they
They do
just
not.
did. They just did.
Feimer beat him, but
Feimer beat
Fabio
him.
has way more points, 150
Okay.
more points. That's what they're basing that difference on, I would think,
Right. So,
And they're expecting Fabio and Feimer to both win their two remaining matchups.
which is absolutely ridiculous. So that makes me
Turner, it's got to be
get
so fucking
anxiety.
frustrating for you. You have the most points in your division, but you
Yeah.
also have by far the most points against.
Yeah, it's the way she goes. That's the way of the road.
Tough schedule.
Scheduling. See, that's why. Okay, so give me your percentages because I know where I'm at. But give me your percentages on fantasy football being luck versus skill.
There's definitely an element of luck. It's hard to put a number to it, but
Well, I want you to put a number to it.
So this is coming from the guy with 5 championships, and I'm the guy with 0. So I'm going to say way more luck, way more luck.
So
Just based on
give me
those
what
facts,
are you? What
facts
you
alone.
you 70-30, 80-20?
Oh, the fact I've got 0 championships, it's probably high 80s, maybe 90, maybe 10% management.
I imagine you would disagree with that.
yeah, I would say that there's an element of luck. I would put it down to like 25% maybe. Somebody can get lucky week to week. Somebody might even get lucky and find 1 championship. Somebody's not going to get lucky and find 5.
Oh,
How-
I am definitely closer to Turner's. What did you say? Did you say 90-10?
I said 80 to 90, even closer to 100. Just
I'm def
based on yeah, look at the championship difference on the screen right now. There's too many variables. It's got to be luck.
Well, this is the thing. Turner, you have the second most points in the league for,
Well, that's good management right there.
but you have only 6 wins.
Yeah, that's the way. Bad
And
defense, I guess.
I believe 1 year you were super pissed off with your scheduling and you went back and checked like, oh, if I had anybody else's schedule, my record is drastically different.
Yeah, I had 1 season like that.
I think I'm definitely more on like the 50-50 because I think there's so much just not just with your lineup decisions, but with just like your players staying healthy. One guy goes down, you're fucked. Like if Tyreek Hill gets hurt, I'm fucked.
Stars and scrubs, got to have a deep bench.
But nobody has a deep bench at this point.
No, I don't even have 2 running backs playing. I got 0 running backs.
I
Right
saw
now.
who did you start at running back this week?
But I stick with my point that it's luck. God damn it.
The 0 RB strategy.
Yeah.
Who did you start this week at running back?
Like yesterday, last weekend.
Yeah.
B Rob and the backup to the backup in Indianapolis. It might even be like 2 or 3 backups down the line because he got
Trey Sermon.
zero snaps.
Trey Sermon.
Trey Sermon.
That is gross.
He got 0 snaps, so that was. But you know what? I didn't need him. I didn't need Dallas defense. I just needed a couple of guys to break out. That's it.
Okay, so who's been your
Which is what's going to happen this week with my zero RB strategy. I've got Olave. That's pretty much all I need.
So is it just me or has there been an absurd amount of trades this year?
Yeah, way more than normal.
Way more.
And I want to say like half of them involve Thierret.
A good percentage, yes.
Yeah.
You mean Cantankerette? Can't stand you.
Can't stand you. Oh. So okay, so give me your who's a player on your team who's your MVP of the season right now?
I just want to point out Marco's hilarious comment about Theo choosing to rebuild his team after 3-0 start to the season.
Theo can't help
I
himself.
assume that's true. Yeah.
Okay, so who's your MVP of your team? You Dallas defense?
No, they're not that good, man. If you look at their hit or miss, they'll either get 0 or -1, or they'll get 14 or more.
So what, you going with Mahomes then?
No, he's been a bust. He's cost me a few weeks. My MVP, probably Nico Collins.
Nico Collins.
What
Currently
is
the
it?
ninth ranked wide receiver.
At a buck. So yeah, gotta go.
Oh. Now, Turner, are you in danger of getting into the bottom four?
Yeah, you know what? You probably don't even know. There are actual wagers put on me making it or not making it to the bottom four. There's a bet. And
Between
I think it's legitimate between
who?
Watson and Fimer. $50. Fimer said I'm gonna make it to the toilet bowl. Watson said no after all those trades.
Interesting.
I do want to point out I've got 2 wins since those trades, and Watson has 0, and Mathers has 1 win since those trades.
All right, so I'm jumping all over the place because I still want Mather's MVP, but I'll loop back around to this.
Go ahead.
How do you feel about our pre-draft trade, Mathers?
I still like it. I think it benefited both of our teams. I think the roster construction for you worked out perfectly, where you had Allen to pair with Diggs, and I was perfectly satisfied with the wide receiver trio that I went with.
And then you just flipped Olave, right, at the deadline?
It did, yeah. I'm not
Who
sure
did
if
you
that was the right move.
Why, Mathers?
Who did you give up in that, Turner?
I gave up ETN, but why do you say that? ETN was one of the top 5 running backs at the time.
Well, he is a top running back, but he hasn't been great of late. And watching the Jacksonville game yesterday, their O-line looked like trash. He couldn't even get 1 yard on numerous runs.
Yeah, honestly, I felt that watching the past few games before that trade. I just thought, oh, the writing's on the wall. I'm going to jump at Olave now.
Well, he had like a month stretch where he was like essentially winning you
Awesome.
weeks.
Yeah, he was awesome. He's getting 2 touchdowns a game.
So
But he's
He
also
got
not
stopped
much
on
of
the
a,
1 yard line like 2 or 3 times in the last couple of weeks.
yeah, they figured him out.
you know who they got? They got to get Tank in there.
Or so it might have been Lowe saying that his body couldn't handle the full workload, like a full season's full workload.
Mm.
Who knows?
Yeah, because this would be, I guess, his first full NFL season, right?
Yeah, with
Yeah, because he was hurt last year.
Okay, so Mathers, who's your team's MVP?
It's got to be McCaffrey. He's outscored the next top running back by a considerable margin. So as soon as you can slot that into your lineup every week, it's easy MVP call.
Worth every penny.
How much do you
Every
pay
penny.
for him?
70, I believe.
Wow.
And he's still worth it.
Yeah, easily worth it this year.
So I think mine's pretty obvious with I'm really happy with my pre-draft trades. But I think I'm just trying to pull up the stats here. Tyreek Hill is averaging 18.3 points a week. Second is CD Lamb at 14.5. So Tyreek's giving me 4 extra points a week. Pretty solid year.
Yeah, again, he'll win you weeks.
He will single, and you know what? That was my strategy. Get as many guys, as many single players who are like that, who could win. If they go off, they could win me a week. And you know what? Like Josh Allen isn't too far behind that. Only him, Hurts, and Prescott have over 20 points a week, averaging over 20 points a week. So they're giving, I mean, Allen's giving me an extra 4 points over most quarterbacks too. So pretty happy with how.
So what happened during your games where you would put up 70 or 80 points? What explained that?
Well,
You would have Mather's made a great point that you would put up 140 points, then 70 points. How is that happening?
I'd go. It's fucking fantasy football. I don't have a fucking answer for that. If I
There is an
knew,
answer.
if I knew now, okay. So some of those weeks are like Achan got hurt one week, so he started last week for me. But then like this week, like I was not expecting to win this past week. I figured that I was screwed. Watson was a fucking asshole, but also
Oh, Watson.
incredibly smart and just cock blocking me on every single quarterback that was available.
Is that what he was doing? Is that why he picked those up?
Well, I have to assume so. But well, I think in his head, it was like that was like this is his playoff. If he wins, he's probably going to make the playoffs. If he loses, it's going to be he's going to have to run the table and hope that one of the two of us between me and Mathers chokes. So
So
he was picking up every single quarterback that was available and just like dropping them, picking them back up, dropping them. So I was stuck with fucking Mac fucking Jones or fuck, not even him.
who was it?
Bailey Zappi. Like that was gross. Like putting him into my lineup was gross, and I just figured I'm toast.
What,
But then
what a savvy play by Watson. That's a new strategy.
like
I don't know if that strategy has been done before in 15 years.
okay, so let me go back to Thursday, which is when the first waivers hit. Now I only have $1 left, and that's partly on me. I blew my budget. But okay, so here are Watson's moves that first Thursday. He picks up Gardner Minshew for $2. He picks up Jake Browning for $2. He picks up Will Levis $2.
I haven't heard of these guys.
He picks up Kenny Pickett for $2. Okay, so the like four top quarterbacks available. Then on Saturday, he drops Jake Browning and picks up Baker Mayfield because Baker Mayfield was dropped on the Thursday waivers.
By me.
And then on Sunday, he adds Jake Browning again and drops Derek Carr. And
Beating you with Zappy.
yeah, and had I got Jake Browning, he put up like 25 points or something this week. So, not that I
Interesting. In the other league that I play in, you aren't allowed to pick up a player that you've dropped that week.
Ooh, interesting. Interesting.
Oh, change the Constitution, maybe? I think not.
So
It'd be the Watson rule, like the Sean Avery rule. Just Watson thinking outside of the box, try new things against convention.
so my so the one week I put up 63 points. Again, I don't well, okay. These were my starting wide receivers. Stephon Diggs, Quentin Johnson, and Darnell Mooney. That's pretty disgusting. I had to also start at running back Gibson and Roshan Johnson. And Josh Allen had a shitty week too. So
60 points.
it's just the roll of the dice. And then, I mean, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 weeks of 125 points or more. So when my team hits, they hit. I just have to hope that they hit and stay healthy. Mathers, you got any lineup decisions this week?
Not really. No, I think my lineup's pretty locked.
The only thing that I'm kind of going like my starting lineup since I picked up Puka, he's been a lock with Diggs and Hill. My only thing is I've got 3 defense and I don't know which one to pick. And what pissed me off is I had put the Colts defense in And then I started checking, and they were ranked the lowest out of the 3Ds that I had. And I was like, oh, but they've been on fire lately. And then I pulled them out because my matchup got pretty close last night.
3D, I've never heard. You made fun of me when I had two tight ends, like
I also
verbally
I,
assaulting me. That was early in our this MLA back like 12 years ago. What are you doing with 3D, Jamie? That's not like you.
it's not like me, but there was I was trying to sort of plan for later in the season, and I didn't have any money left to pick up anybody else, and I had room on my roster, so it's kind of the first year that I've gone like the stars and scrubs, so I don't really need to keep all these mid-level guys on my bench.
Too many stars.
Too many stars.
You know, when you shoot for the stars, or when you shoot for the stars, you still what's that fucking thing? Shoot for the moon, you end up with the stars. So that makes no sense.
Hey, you
Anyway,
finally you got there, buddy.
yeah,
You
it sounded good in my head at the time.
yeah, you
Anyway,
got there. Okay, Mathers, I want to talk to you about your fucking trade offers. God damn it. They're fucking terrible.
we should have started
Do
with
you
this.
have a specific example that you think was terrible?
Oh, do I have a specific example? Of course I've got examples. Fuck's sakes, let me pull this up. I gotta go through my emails and see all these disgusting trade proposals. Tyreek Hill for Javonte Williams and Zay Flowers.
I'm gonna get my popcorn out. Just listen to this.
So that's a trade where it's cheaper guys to help you for next year.
Fucking
That would have been after your playoff percentage chances dropped.
Tyreek Hill is going to be a keeper for me. There's no way I'm not keeping him.
It's gonna be like $60.
No, he's not. He's going to be 56. He was
Okay,
48
that's
this
close
year.
to 60.
56 for a guy who's going to get 2,000 receiving yards, almost. Yeah, I'm going to take him, and I'm going to keep him. There's no way I'm fucking trading him. He might be the fantasy MVP of the season. There's no way I'm trading him. Get fucking real. What else is in here?
Cooper Cup went for $69 or $70.
A lot of people. I was throwing Puka around earlier, and then I was like, fuck it. I'm not getting what I want. A lot of people were after HN as well.
Because he's what, $8?
No, I haven't seen the. I feel like he's like 10 or 11, somewhere in that range.
I'll
I think
fact
he's
check
10
it
to
right
keep.
now.
What's that? 10 to
I think
keep?
he's 10 to keep.
Yeah, so I mean, right now, I'm the new Corey, man. I'm loading up on Dolphins. The problem is the Dolphins are actually good now.
How many Dolphins do you have?
3.
3 Dolphins. That's your new name. 3 Fins. 3 Fins Jamie.
Yeah, I don't like that.
3 Fin Jamie. Yeah, that's your new thing.
So Mathers, what is your secret to this is the 16th year of
I
MLA.
think so, yeah.
You have won a third of the championships. What is the secret to your success?
Other
I
than
think the
luck.
secret to my success
Other
is
than
being willing
90% luck.
to make changes. I don't fall in love with my roster at the beginning of the year. There's people that hang on to players way too long. Just because you thought they were going to be good in August doesn't mean they should be on your roster in December.
Interesting. I think
Is that how you felt about Olave?
No, I still like him going forward, but I was trying to improve my chances for this year.
I think that a lot of it, especially when you had did you win back to back?
No, I won. There was one in the middle. I think you're talking about when I won and then Feimer won and then I won again.
And you guys played?
We played in the finals 3 consecutive years.
Yeah. So I think, and it's different now because the position has changed, but I think you had cheap running backs who were like the guy, and that
Yep.
helped huge because you got Marshawn Lynch from Turner.
Yeah,
Ray Rice, I picked up off waivers.
Oh God.
off waivers. Who dropped
Yep.
him?
I believe Lowe dropped him, if I remember correctly.
Wow.
Oh, see, and that's the thing about fucking luck. Like, who fucking figured Ray Rice was going to become that? He was dropped. You did the same thing with OBJ his first year. You drop him,
Yeah.
and then, like, fuck, that's luck.
I picked him up the same week. I don't know if you remember this, Mathers. The same week you picked him up. We both bid $5, but I had waiver priority and got him back.
Yep. I remember. It hurts.
Yep. Especially since you introduced him at the draft, which was awesome. That was my favorite moment of all MLA.
I thought that
MLA history.
$5 was an overbid.
Yeah, no. Mathers, who won the trade on MLA draft day between you and me? Mixon for
You did.
ETN.
You did.
Wow.
It's not even close.
Not even close. And you still got ETN back. Anyway.
I don't think I've really won a trade this year. I've made like 5 or 6 trades, and I don't think I've won a single one.
Who? It's okay. So run through your other couple trades. So you got the one with me, the one with Turner.
Yeah, and then there was one with Theo where I got Herbert, and he got who did he get? He got Mostert and another running back. I can't remember who the other one was.
And Mostert is still like this second
Mixon,
or third.
maybe?
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So I was desperate for a quarterback, so that's why I ended up making that move.
Oh yeah, because you came out of the draft not strong at QB.
Oh, I had terrible quarterbacks coming out of the draft. Like
You need to talk to
completely
Watson.
terrible. Matt Stafford, I think.
Yep.
And that's why I think no, go Turner.
I was going to ask, how did Marco end up with Mixon? After you
I think
passed him?
Theoret traded him to him.
Oh,
Theoret made like 19 or 20 trades this season. I have Mostert.
You have Mostert.
Well,
I
it's
couldn't
funny
keep track.
because it seems like a lot of the guys that have been traded keep getting traded. Like,
Yeah.
I traded Theo, Zay Flowers, and Jordan Addison. I don't think he has either of them. Mostert's been on 3 or 4 different teams. Mixon's been on 3, maybe 4 different teams. It's funny how the same guys keep getting traded.
People weren't in love with them.
And some of them might have been has-beens. Really
Or never
good a couple
was.
years ago. Or no, that's Brian Robinson.
Brian Robinson has been pretty good this year, hasn't he?
Yeah, I hope he keeps it up because I traded the farm for him.
Well, he's hurt now. You know that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do they have a buy?
That was a horrible trade.
What was that trade?
That was B-Rob, Gabe Davis, and what's his name? Watson, I think, on Kansas City.
Okay.
For Ford, Gerald Ford, President of the United States.
Former president.
Former president. Mike Evans and George Kittle.
Oh, I don't like that trade at all. You fuck.
The
And
only one.
You made that trade with Watson.
Yeah, the only one really producing is Evans, whom.
And this guy, I feel like he's bounced around to a couple different teams too.
Not this year, no, because he was pretty cheap. But
Kittle's a playable tight end though too.
But if you look at his stats, he'll get 0 points or 13 points. But oftentimes it's like 1 to 3 points.
Well, that's tight end.
Yeah, but he was kind of useless to me, so I didn't need him.
All right, so I want your predictions as we end here. Who's making the playoffs and who's making the toilet bowl?
Playoffs?
Playoffs.
Go ahead. Play it. I just want to win a game. Bathers. Go ahead.
Playoffs, I will say you've got Lowe, Fabio, and I'm going to say myself and Jamie.
Wow. Wow. That's pretty easy since both of you guys are here. But I'm taking my division, so I'm going in. Lowe's got a pretty solid lead, and I guess you two can have the last spots. That's my prediction.
I'm gonna go with the teams that have the most points. So right now, that's myself. That's Fabio. Oh, I can't put Turner and Mathers in.
Most points. I've got more points than Fabio.
Yes, I see that now.
How many games back is Turner of me?
He can't catch you.
Oh,
He
Can't
cannot
catch you.
catch you. So let's
can't
put.
stand you.
I'll go low Fabio. I want to say myself. Oh God, I really don't want Mathers to make the playoffs. You know what?
Shoot.
Well, then I mean the only one who's going to catch him is either Watson or Farmer. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh,
Let's go. Let's go Farmer. Let's go Farmer. I'll put him in there.
can Watson catch Mathers? Oh, yeah, he can with points. You're right. Yeah, Watson's still in the mix, boys. He's 2 games out.
He's 2 games out, but he does not
Yeah.
have more points. Like I have almost 140 more points than him. I don't think he's going to make that up in 2 weeks.
He'd have to beat Mathers for the
And
wild card.
Mathers. Well, I mean, I guess that's Watson's thing. Like he's got to be rooting for me, and then
Yeah, and Mathers to put up
you play
fewer
Watson in the
points.
last week, right?
Yep, could be a huge matchup.
Wow. Your division is more wide open than I thought. There's a few
Yeah, I could
eliminated
go from
teams.
first to out of the playoffs in the next 2 weeks.
Wow.
And the same goes for me, and the same goes for Watson. He could go from out of the playoffs to in.
That's what makes this league awesome.
But that's what like I didn't realize. Like I thought there was. I felt like earlier in the year it was like, oh, like okay, some people are pulling away, but like with 2 weeks left, I mean,
And
no
you know
division,
what?
no division winners.
I
Wild
want to
card is still up for grabs between 1, 2, 3, 4 different people. It's always tight.
and I do want to address my division here, and I said it kind of facetiously, but it is true. If I take this game against Fabio and Zach beats Feimer, Zach won 5 games in a row. He's quite capable of beating Feimer.
Yep.
It comes down to the last week in my division.
And
If
you're
Zach,
all four
Zach
of
wins,
you, and all four of you would be separated by 1 game.
Zach's eliminated. He's out. I think because
How can he be out? He has the same record as you.
must have to do with matchups.
Hmm.
ESPN says he's out.
Oh, 0% chance. I see that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so who's making the toilet bowl then?
Theoret might already be in, and Shea might be in already.
I think Corey's probably gonna find his way in there.
But it's still between Corey, me, Zach,
Theo.
maybe even Marco. He's got 6 wins. Because Corey could pass him,
Right.
and I could pass him. What a week.
Turner, you've got the longest winning streak in the league here.
Well, I hope to keep that up, man. Even with no running backs this week.
Oh my God. All right, well,
Yeah.
boys, good luck. I'll see you in fucking hell.
From having
See you this weekend. It'll be exciting.
Do you have any Thursday guys?
I'm not sure who plays on Thursday.
I don't know. I'm gonna look that up right now. Oh, I got a bunch of guys on Monday. Thursday is New England and Pittsburgh.
No, I don't have anybody.
Yeah. All right. Well, boys, it's
Can
always a pleasure. Let's try and
Can you
do
wait?
this.
Can you wait a second?